able to print off that casing. We got a match.
Jesus. You check this?
Twice.
Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to another Jigsaw or Saw discussion video. Today we're going to be talking about Jigsaw 2, Saw 9, the inevitable 9th sequel in the long-running horror franchise. And today I want to take a couple of minutes of your time to talk about one specific character that needs to return in the next film and really has no reason not to, considering where they left him off in the original 7 movie run, and the fact that we haven't seen him or heard from him since Saw 5, which is really weird considering he was one of the last people alive who had a legitimate connection in the police force for everything involved with the John case, and someone that would be easy to implement in this new future or this new part of the franchise that's taking place 10 years later that would help connect the overall story, and that is Detective Fisk. So a lot of people might not realize who Detective Fisk was. This was a character introduced in Saw 4 and then later reappears in Saw 5, but was noticeably absent from Saw 6 and 7 as a way of bridging the gap of everything that was happening with Detective Rigg and Hoffman in Saw 4 and Special Agent Peter Strom and all of the misdirection that Saw 4 was generally about.
Hey, the princess came in from Officer Rigg.
Fisk?
Not now.
We just got a call of shots fired from 23 Park Place.
That's Rigg's apartment.
Later, he was introduced in Saw 5 as someone who was helping kind of clean up the aftermath of the Gideon meatpacking plant, get out and helping Hoffman kind of pick up the pieces after all of that was said and done, when they realized that the only people who survived that were Strom and Hoffman. So that's really all we got from him, but there was indication there, strangely enough, and a strange little trivia fact for anyone who doesn't really keep up with this stuff, because they had Fisk in a flashback that took place after Seth Baxter's trap was found and Hoffman was officially put on the Jigsaw case. That was actually supposed to go to Detective Tapp's character or Danny Glover's character from the original Saw film, but considering there was a huge scheduling conflict at the time and the Saw films used to film so erratically and so quickly, there was no way to actually put him in that role. So because of that, we now know that Fisk has actually been involved with the whole Jigsaw mythology for a very long time if we're just simply going by that flashback. So with that type of connection to the past and someone, at least as far as we're aware, who's still alive in this current continuity, it would make a whole lot of sense to bring him back in a major way to help connect this new run of films with the old run of films without having to bring back some of the major hitters like Dr. Gordon or Hoffman or even Adam, as a lot of people want to make the case that he's still alive. I really like this idea because even though there wasn't a whole lot to go on there, I really did like Fisk's character. He was someone who I felt was a little bit more genuine and more of a real person than people like Hoffman or Carey or Eric Matthews or any other people that we found on the police force. Maybe going back to probably Detective Singh as someone I felt had a real life outside of his work and someone that we could follow in a future movie. Of course, we never got that. I was kind of hoping that that was going to be the main story arc for Saw 6, considering we had seen that before with people like Rigg coming into his own around Saw 4. So what are your guys' thoughts on this? Do you think that Detective Fisk should come back in a future Saw sequel as one of the last few remaining survivors from the original 7-film run? Do you think that would give this new run of films a little bit more of a legitimacy to them if we can start connecting with people who wouldn't be too hard to bring back or people who wouldn't be too involved with John's backstory as people who actually interacted with him before he died? Or is it simply better than just introducing new apprentices that are inevitably going to mess with the overall timeline of this franchise? So what are your thoughts here? Do you think that Fisk should come back? Tell me in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell over by the subscriber button to notify you every single time I upload. I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. It's been real.